Hello, hello. Ah, the weasel says his balls are cold. Well, speaking of things that are cold, the Soviet Union. Today I'm going to be talking to a guy who is totally not a Nazi, wants to talk about Jews controlling the Soviet Union. You may remember him if you watch Vosh, because Vosh had, I think it's titled something like "A Crazy Guy Tries to Debate Me About the Trotsky Jewish Question." And yeah, he's pretty out there. So I'm going to be talking to Gloomy in a moment about that. Um, and I think it's so. I'll try and make sure we also talk about the general importance of it because claiming that the Soviet Union was Jewish is a common talking point both of Nazis back in the 30s and of Nazis today. So understanding that it's not, understanding how we know that it's not, is useful if you want to actually talk to Nazis. Alrighty. Yeah, no, this guy's insane. um, Why can't I see the voice chat though? That's unfortunate. Thought I set it up.
Wake up, liberal. I love you.
Oh, maybe I can't see it because I'm not in there. That could be it. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, I'm getting
Yeah,
sources right now.
SBL, you're here. Welcome.
Alright,
What's up?
so, hold up. Not much. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and fetch the contention. Actually, wait, no, I'm pretty sure I gave you the contention in the DM call. I'll scroll up and see if I can find it.
Yeah, I probably should have pinned that message or something. In
Yeah,
the,
I should have,
group.
but woulda, shoulda, coulda. Uh, by the way, the order this is going to be, it's going to be Jewish Bolshevism, then it's gonna go and be Indian colonialism.
Oh, is this
I
the one you
have
want
a.
to do? Bolshevism, that being Marxism, Leninism as practiced and espoused in and by the Soviet Union, was top-heavy with Jews and fundamentally based on, in part, Jewish plagiarism. Top-heavy defined in this context as being predominantly led or influenced by Jews directly or indirectly. Is that the proposition that you were looking to defend?
Yes, it is. Word for word.
All right, cool.
Huh. So yeah, I need to go and get about proving that. However, I had my proof somewhere else, and
Yeah, so are we gonna start? Are we gonna have Gloomy start since he's like the one defending the proposition?
I mean, yeah,
That would
I'm the
probably be
one,
best, right?
but yeah, I'm the one
We'll
making
see
the
what his
claim. This I,
argument is.
well, yeah,
Sure.
and I'm the one making the.
Why don't we do like a short introductory statement for both sides, something like that? Maybe like a 1 minute thing. Is that good, Gloomy?
Uh,
Okay.
I would go ahead and say, um, I think I should make the claim. Like, actually, not fuck it. You do you. Give your 1 minute thing. Go.
Well, you're the one making it. Why don't you start? Give us the one
Oh,
minute.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, essentially, I would go ahead and say that Bolshevism, that'd be Marxism, Leninism, fascism by the Soviet Union was toppled with Jews, fundamentally based on, in part, Jewish plagiarism. Topic was defined in this context as being predominantly influenced by Jews directly or indirectly. I shall, through the purpose of this debate, through the course of this debate, go ahead and present ample proofs for my claim, ranging from statements from people who were there when the alleged events occurred, as well as statistical evidences and such, as well as testimony, credible testimony from various officials from multiple different countries, and also internal reports, which are incredibly reliable in a historical setting. And all
He's
of them
insane.
together would point to the conclusion that I believe to be true. I'm done. You go.
Sure. The opening statement here is that every credible historian who's looked at this has not found this to be true. Every citation that Gloomy's going to bring up, given his experience with Vosh, given my previous debates about this with him, is either going to be from the Nazis or from insane idiots. So that's going to be the general tenor of this debate.
Okay, cool. So my first part of the claim, Bolshevism that be Marxism, Leninism, practices by the Soviet Union was toppled with Jews. I would need to go ahead and prove that Jews were particularly predominant within that particular power structure, right?
Sure.
Right?
Sure.
Okay. Right. So I'll go ahead and
Wake
give you a
up,
list now
liberal. I
of the
love you.
many Jews within that particular power structure.
Wake up, liberal. I love you. Wake up, liberal. I love you.
Apparently, no, I must have misnamed the file. I think I know it's
Wake
in
up,
my
liberal.
my list of
I
files,
love
but
you.
apparently that one is missing and it's replaced with a different file.
Mm-hmm. While we're waiting for this, why don't I provide a fun
Wake up, liberal.
citation to an
I
actual
love you.
historian, right? So here is someone who has actually examined the issue. His name is Jeffrey Herf. He wrote a book called The Jewish Enemy. It examined all of the members of the Central Executive Committee, the Bolshevik Central Committee, the Presidium of the Executive of the Soviets of the USSR and the Russian Republic, the various ministers of the USSR, and the chairman of the Executive Committee. Of those, 6% were Jewish. For reference, in the Russian population, about 45% of the people there were Jewish. And given that Jews were dominant in the cities, it's not unreasonable to expect them to be disproportionately represented among the workers. So, to say that Jews controlled it at 6%, gotta be really giving them some props.
Okay, so we can go ahead and find that Jews were very predominant within various parts of the various parts of the machinery of the party and the state. We can also go ahead and find as well that Lenin was part Jewish, as well as various other individuals such as Trotsky, who was supposedly appointed the commissariat for foreign affairs, although he declined this and was instead resigned to be an internal minister as well as the head of the Red Army for quite an extended period of time up until his expulsion from the party.
Okay,
Was
so
also Jewish
before
as
you
well,
before you
as
go
well
down
as-
this, right? Before you list a whole bunch of anecdotes, do you think
I'm
that
trying-
a
no, I'm
series of
trying-
anecdotes
dude,
proves a
I'm-
statistical claim?
You're literally interrupting me as I'm trying to make my claims.
Okay, but I
would
want a
prefer-
framing of this. Are you going to present statistical
You
data
continually
or
interrupt
anecdotes?
me as I'm trying to make my claims. I'd appreciate it if you stop that. So, we can go ahead and see with Jews in Russia with Harp Jews and Damp Jews by Victor E. Madsen. We can go ahead and see that Jews occupied almost exclusively the top positions of the particular organization as well as the organization, that being the state as well. We can also as well go ahead and find that the 1919 U.S. War Department investigation substantiates this claim as well. I'll go ahead and send that to you as well. We can also as well go ahead and find. Hold up. I'll go ahead and find the particular part of the testimony.
Wake up, liberal. I love you.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask again. So I'm gonna do this real quick. Are you gonna make any statistical claims here, or are you going to only make anecdotal claims?
No. I'm going to go ahead and make statistical ones. I just need to go ahead and find the particular thing. I.e.,
Sure.
Yeah.
So when you say the War Department, are you actually referring to the Senate Committee report by Simon George?
No, that's something else. Also, look in Debate Voice if you want to actually go ahead and see what I'm sending to you. I'm sending the files as well.
Okay, you sent a file. In this file, does it present a statistical analysis?
No, it goes ahead and presents backing for the other particular claim that I made earlier, that being that Jews are very predominant within that particular thing. I'm finding the statistics right now.
How would you know whether a group is predominant in an institution unless you have statistics on it? Let's say I told you. Actually, you know what? No. Real quick. No. So let's just do this real quick, right?
Mr. Simmons, the latest starting information given to me by someone who says that there is good authority for it, and I am to be given the exact figures later on and have them checked up properly by the popular authorities, is this: that in December 1918, the northern community of Petrograd, so-called, that is what they call that section of the Soviet regime under the presidency of the man known as Mr. Apfelbaum, out of 388 members, only 16 happen to be real Russians, and all the rest Jews, with the exception possibly of one man. End quote.
Okay, so
Now,
you
what
are
we go
citing
into
George
these
Simon,
numbers is that
right?
Jews
That's
were
you're literally citing
overwhelmingly
George
predominant
Simon,
in that
right?
part of the power structure of the Soviet Union. And
Okay.
in light of this, we can also as well go ahead and find a slew of analyses on this particular subject, which would also as well go ahead and corroborate with this very well.
Okay, so the quote you just gave, one man, is not in this book. Why don't you provide the quote that you're citing? Let's just do this one claim at a time. So one man, the quote you're citing, is from George Simon. I know because I've read these sources before.
Yes, Bolshevik propaganda hymns before subcommittee
judiciary. Okay. So yes.
So you keep interrupting me. Stop it.
You don't need to read out the full title of the report.
No, it's page 114 to 115.
Okay, so I know that you're citing this because, like I said, I've read this before. This guy also cites the Protocols of the Elders of Zion. Okay, George Simon, immediately preceding his claim about Jews controlling the USSR, cites the Protocols of the Elders of Zion as true. Are you willing to claim in this debate that the Protocols of the Elders of Zion, literally the most widely known hoax in literary history, is
Yeah,
real?
to my knowledge, they have been confirmed to be true by multiple sources, and also one attempt
Okay.
to go ahead and declare them to be false was in a Bern court in the it was the
Okay.
20s or 30s. I
Sure.
forget
Then
the
let's
specific date.
not do the Protocols of the
However,
Elders of Zion.
that
Okay, we can do
particular
that another
case
debate.
was
We can.
Bern
Okay,
because it was
sure.
held
I will
at the
concede this.
jurisdiction
I'll
of
conceding. I'm
objectionable
conceding.
material
Okay, I'm
from the
conceding. I'm
court.
conceding. Stop talking about this. We're moving on.
However, the court
Okay.
did go ahead and claim
Oh my God.
that how do one say that the materials in question were indeed false, but the charge was an objectionable material, and thus it didn't fall into the court's purview. However, I'd like to go ahead and point out that during that show trial, one could say, the Jewish side of the argument was allowed a disproportionate amount of speaking time. They were also allowed to appoint far more witnesses than the Goyim side were allowed to do so, and also as well multiple lawyers were working for the Jewish defense, whilst it was only about a few members of a particular organization working in Switzerland, which were able to go ahead and defend the protocols of the Elders of Zion. Consequently, that trial, it's very biased, and I don't care.
Okay, so now that you've already gone through this, where I listen to me when I interrupt you. I said I concede. I don't care about the Protocols of the Elders of Zion. Let's say it's true. Let's actually read his quote. Okay, so when he says that the people in the regime were Jewish, he specifically doesn't just say they were Jewish. He says that 2/3 of them came from the United States. Are you willing to claim that 2/3 of the people leading the Soviet Union were not only Jews but came from the United States? Specifically, Brooklyn. He claims they came from Brooklyn.
Accusation made by that particular gentleman at this time, so I'll go ahead and refrain from making a comment on that thing.
Okay, sure. So then, Mr. Simons, his one claim that he has is that all these people are from Brooklyn. If you aren't willing to defend that, why would you defend any of his other claims? Like, just reject his testimony.
Because some of the claims can be found to be true in relation to other data and other testimony and other things, as well as various war reports from America, from diplomatic
Okay,
reports.
sure.
Actually,
No. Stop. Before you go on this. Stop. You're pivoting. Okay, so real quick, you're conceding that we aren't going to cite George Simon, right?
No, I said I am going to go ahead and cite George.
Okay, sure. No. Stop. This is a yes/no question. You don't need to answer this in like a paragraph. Okay, relax. Okay, relax.
An example would be, I really like chairs. Also, I don't know, I punched a guy. I mean, sure, that can contain some false information, but also some true information.
Okay, so now that you said yes, you are going to cite this. What proof do you have? Like, we're just going to go back to this.
Cite particular parts of it.
Okay, sure. Why don't you, instead of just saying, I'm going to cite particular parts of it, quote that particular part that you're citing? Because the general quote that he has...
Earlier, did you not hear me?
Okay, quote it in text.
Okay, I'll do that again then for you. There you go.
Mr. Simons, the latest startling information given to me by some who say there's good authority for it, and I, given the exact figures later on, have checked them up, is that this is the same quote that I was just talking about. That in December 1918, in the northern community of Petrograd, what they called the Soviet regime under the presidency of the man known as Mr. Apfelbaum, out of 388 members, only 16 happened to, you cut out the rest of it. Like, this is the quote where he says that they're all from, like, the Upper East Side. This is the same quote. This is the very quote that you just said you can't defend.
What? No, I just said that I can defend it. I can go ahead and defend certain parts of it, and I can do that with other materials, and I'm going to go ahead and do that now. We can go ahead and
so real quick. No. Stop.
No, stop interrupting me. We can go ahead and look at the testimony
of
Mr. William.
No. We're staying on one testimony at a time. No. Stay real quick. Stop.
Mr. William Chapin Huntington. Mr. Huntington was a commercial attaché to the United States Embassy at Petrograd from June 1916 until December 1918. And so he was at Petrograd during the outbreak of the Bolshevist coup d'etat, revolution, etc. Now, he went ahead and stated that the Bolsheviks are internationalists and they were not interested in the particular national ideals of Russia. And later on, he said that leaders of the movement, I should say, are about 2/3 Russian Jews, perhaps 1/6 or more of some of the other nationalities.
Okay. Stop. I'm actually just gonna mute you. Okay. So stop. Like, before we move on to quote 2, you gotta defend quote 1. Did he leave? Oh my God.
Did he? I guess so. Maybe he lagged out. I don't know why he would have just left.
Yeah, as soon as I'm muted, I'm not debate anymore. What?
didn't even actually use. What the hell?
What? What about the fucking little bitch? Fucking run away.
Okay, so for reference to everyone who's watching, the full quote, and he cut it out because I told him this. Out of the Soviet regime, they're claiming of the Soviet regime that it had 388 members. It didn't. The leadership was only around like 20 people. Only 16 happened to be real Russians. All the rest were Jews. So he's saying that of 388 people running the Soviet government, 16 were Russians, 1 was a black from America, and the remainder, literally like 58, 9 or something, were Jews from the Upper East Side or Lower East Side of New York. If you believe this, you're fucking insane. That's how I don't know how else to put this. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm trying to get him back in here.
You
sure.
live on YouTube, by the way.
If he stops being a pussy.
I am, yes.
Yo, what up, dudes? Shout out to my
Yeah.
channel. So, like and subscribe.
That's fun while it lasted. Oh wait, did he actually get like?
He's
you
in the
server
media
muted
room.
him?
Should we pull him
Yeah,
in?
no.
Should we-
I meant to personally mute him, but I think I server muted him.
You server muted him.
Hey, Glooby. Oh, he's gone.
Yeah, and then Shiny's back.
Called him when I.
He literally is
telling
unmuted right now. What a fucking petty bitch.
Let me. Did he leave? Oh my god, he left.
Did he leave the server?
He actually left the server. Oh my god.
Well,
No
That's really-
fucking
that's the end
way.
of that.
That's hilarious.
Okay,
So, so much for
so
you
The-
bitching out of the debate, man.
the thing that's really funny to me is I said he was going to cite George Simon. He said he was citing the U.S. Army. He said this quote that said 388 people. I immediately knew it was George Simon. And then he started talking about George Simon. And then if you look in text, he refused to quote the part of it where it mentions that they're from the Lower East Side, where specifically this guy is claiming that 1, the Protocols of the Elder of Zion is true, and 2, that 2/3 of the Soviet government were Jews from New York. Which... The funniest shit here is I ask people whenever I've done this debate before because Nazis always cite this. They always cite the same sources because they all get it from this one meme.
Yeah. I've actually
it's-
been in those debates where they say that Jews from New York for some reason.
Yes, no, and they say it because they all get it from this meme, and they look at the number on the right, which is 95%. Wow, I wonder who the citation for 95% is. Oh look, it's George Simon's. How did I know? Oh look, it's a hearing before the United States Senate. Amazing, and it's 95% because the guy's just talking out of his ass. Anyway, well, actually, this is a good pivot because now I'm going to talk about more serious things.
Yeah, good. When are you gonna debate Angstrike?
I've tried to talk to Angstrike so often,
That'd be fun.
but he doesn't want to. He like refuses to debate the LTV, I think.
What about Bryn?
I think I debated with him a long time
What did
ago.
he debate Brit? What did he debate Brit on?
Revolution versus Reform, I believe.
Yeah.
And I think Bryn won, only for Communist Boy to defeat Manny in the later day.
Yeah, I don't think that's true. I think both were easy dubs.
I
Alright.
kind of want to believe you, honestly. I think most of them are not that good.
All right, well, thanks for quote unquote moderating.
Well,
He just kept
I
like
tried,
fucking
yeah.
rambling and filibustering, like he didn't even say anything.
Well, I don't know if
was
you-
gonna step in. I was gonna step in if it got too crazy, but it seemed like you were able to handle yourself. Thus, at least like up to the point where he left. And then,
Well,
like,
I just wanted to local mute him, but I think I server muted him and that made him really mad. So I was like, I apologize about that.
It was kind of funny though. It was kind of funny.
What?
The
Oh,
fuck are you
they're doing the
doing?
British thing. They're saying, what a bottle.
Water bottle.
All right. Well, thank you again for moderating, quote unquote, Shady. And have a nice evening.
well,
Please
Alright,
upload
thanks
this
for
to your
coming.
YouTube. I want to rewatch this shit.
Sure.
he's streaming.
No,
right
the
now.
one that's actually much funnier is oh my god, stop.
Oh my god, stop being a fucking rambler. Fucking being a car alarmer. I'll mute you, bitch. Anyway.
Well,
go
I was
ahead.
just mentioning this is the Vosh video is much funnier with him because they go through this whole like arc where it starts out with him just rambling and then like I don't know if you remember, we did this before when John would debate where what we would do is we'd local deafen him and then we'd all just have a conversation and then we'd come back to him like 5 minutes later and we'd just like pick up the conversation with him
He still
because he's
talk- Is
because
this
he's
the shit that
insane.
you guys would do with Liz?
Yes, we did the same thing with Liz to a
That's
smaller degree,
hilarious.
but
That's
I don't know. Anyway, there are some people that just like can't seem to carry on a conversation. Thank you all. Have a good evening. All right. Look. In short, when I said that the citations they're gonna be are like either insane people or Nazis, basically this is true. The one citation that they'll like a common citation, just to give you a little bit of run through in case anyone has this debate. One citation they'll say is, "Oh look, Putin said that the first Soviet government was mostly Jewish. This might be a surprise to you, but Vladimir Putin is not in fact a historian. He doesn't know that." And there are like responses in Russian to him, which point out that this is not the case. Like you can literally count through the people who lead like the early Soviet Union, and even in the most Jewish ones of them, it would like I think in the most Jewish it was like 1/3 in like in one committee or another. But in general, as Herf points out, like it was about 6%. That's this one up here. About 6% of the Soviet regime was Jewish, and if we just look at the 1897 Russian census. What you'll find is we look at the people by language they speak. About 4% of people in the Soviet Union, in Russia, in the Russian Empire, spoke Yiddish. So that's a rough proxy for Judaism. Some people might be Jewish but not speak Yiddish. Some people might speak Yiddish but not be Jewish. Similarly, by religion, Jewish was estimated around 4%. So again, this might only include religious Jews, not just ethnic Jews. But 4 to 5% is like a rough estimate of the portion of Jews in Russia. So it's not that unreasonable that Jews would be about that portion of the Soviet leadership. Particularly, as I mentioned, Jews were enormously overrepresented in the cities. And so they tended to be more likely to be workers than peasants, and workers were more common in the Soviet Party. There's this really, like, I don't know, not funny statistic, but well, I don't know. I'll just leave it there. The long and short is that when you look at the actual statistics on this, like they're just insane. The other sources that they'll cite are like, for example, this guy named Dr. Hermann Grief, who is literally a Nazi. If you translate the page in Russian, he literally worked in Nazi think tanks to publish shit about the Soviet Union. And he was a member of the SS, and he died fighting for the SS in Berlin. On and on and on. Basically, the sources they cite are just uncredible and don't actually look at the primary sources. Anyway, so what I was going to do is